It's not a sound of sorrow, not a sound of deep despair. It's a heavy, full-body exhalation on the evening air.
A long and tired contented, and a rhythm set inside
that says the day is over now beneath the darkening sky.
It's the sound of pause now still, of chasing dreams now done.
It's the sound of every single daily race that has been run.
And one is the sound of weight settling on the braided rug.
It's a sound that gives the night a much needed warm hug. I know his day by what that sigh contains. A short and happy puff means squirrels were chased and dinner was delicious. And enough
was had a long and weary deep down from the soul expulsion. Means the walk was long, the sun was hot, and his own is his convulsion.
Of pain is in his hips tonight, but still it is a sound of purest, deepest comfort on this well-trodden ground of our bedroom. It is the sound of his unconditional trust that here with us is where he should and will and always must
be at the end of every single solitary day.
His sigh is his amen to everything we didn't say. Oh, the old dog sigh at the foot of the bed is a lullaby, a deep and rumbling, gentle and a soft canine goodnight. It is the sound of loyalty that has no need for words. It is the most beautiful of sounds ever heard by a human ear. It is the sound of a heart that is at peace. It is the sound that makes the nightly human worrying cease. For a moment, it is the sound of a creature who is home and who knows he is beloved and will never more need roam. He sighed in tiny puppy breaths, and now an old dog's wheezes. He sighed through thunderstorms and through the summer's gentle breezes.
He sighed through moves to different houses, through the coming of a child.
He's been the one sure constant thing in a world that's often wild and changing, and his sigh has been the metronome that's kept the time of our own lives, a rhythm that has never slept. Through any night of worry, through any pain, through any fear, his sigh said, I'm here, I'm always gonna be here. And I know the day will come when I will listen for that sigh, and the only sound will be the silence, and I will break down and cry into the emptiness of it. So now I listen every night and let that simple loving sound make my own world feel right. So here's to graying muzzles and the music that they make, a deep and soulful sighing for heaven's sake.
An exhalation deep,
that rocks the world to sleep. For every sigh you've given us, for every dream you've kept, thank you, old dog, for the loving, silent vigil you have kept. It's not the light itself that sings, it's the old Transformers drone. A low and steady 60 cycle industrial hum alone.
Upon the porch inside the fixture, weathered white and cracked, a constant electric vibration that can never be retracted.
From the evening soundtrack, it is the sound of the light being on.
The sound of waiting for someone from dusk until the dawn.
It is the sound of welcome. It is the sound of I'm right here.
It is the sound that conquers the advancing nightly fear.
And then against the glass, a softer, random, gentle sound. A tiny, fuzzy, frantic tap, tap, tapping all around.
The light, the moths have come again from the darkness of the trees, drawn by the siren's glow on the evening's breeze.
They beat their dusty wings against the hot and glowing glass.
A desperate soft percussion in the night that comes to pass.
Every single evening, a dance of life and light. A tiny, tragic, beautiful, and most persistent fight.
The hum and tap together make the porch's nightly song. The electric and the organic, both of them belong
To the summer night, they are the sound of me waiting for a car to round the corner, bringing my teenager from afar.
Back home they are the sound of my father sitting on the step,
Smoking his pipe, watching the lightning bugs that adapt.
at their own cooler, greener light. They are the sound of the door being left open just a crack for just one moment more.
Oh, the porch lights hum and the mother's tap is a duet of the night. A constant, steady drone and a soft and fluttering flight
Of sound against the glass, it is the sound of being there.
It is the sound of hoping and the sound of taking care.
Of those who are not home yet,
It is the sound of attraction.
and of danger, and of light, and of desperate action.
Taken by a tiny life against an impossible hot wall. It is the sound that says the night is deep and yet not full.
Of darkness, thanks to one small light and its electric song that says, come home, where you belong.
I could install a silent LED, a cool and modern light that wouldn't hum, that wouldn't attract the moths into the night.
To die upon its surface, but I need that ancient sound. I need to hear the Transformers' old and steady humming ground.
Of being, I need to see the moths still make their hopeless brave attempt to touch the thing that will not save them, but will kill them. It is the sound of life in all its parts, the constant hum of waiting and the tapping of hopeful full hearts.
And when I turn the switch off in the morning's early gray, the silence is so sudden and it takes my breath away.
Until the first bird sings, and I know that when the night descends, I'll flip the switch and start the hum and welcome back my friends. The moths and wait again and listen to the duet play. That means another night of hope has started on its way.
So here's to buzzing transformers and the music that they make,
A low and steady humming for heaven's sake. And to the moth's soft tap upon the light's warm lap, for every night you've kept the watch, for every soul you've guided home.
your electric fuzzy duet will never ever roll.
It doesn't happen with every step, just when the truck goes by, or when the children thunder down the hollow in a sigh of wind presses the house just right, a tiny crystal sound, a shiver of vibration through the cabinet profound, and delicate, a faintest chime from cups that never pour a tea or coffee anymore behind the locked glass door. The good china sits waiting for a holiday, a guest that may never come, and it's eternal silence, still a rest.
That tiny glassy tinkle is the sound of memory. It is the sound of Grandma's hand, so careful and so free. With her love, but not with these, her most prized fragile things. Her wedding china with the gilded pale blue birds on wing.
Upon the rim, it is the sound of Christmas dinners past, of tables stretched with leaves, of celebrations meant to last. In the soul, it is the sound of a quieter, gentler time, when things were treated carefully and made to last a lifetime. We were never allowed to touch it. We would press our noses to the glass and see the world reflected, a distorted, shiny mass of our own faces, and behind us the ghost of parties done, the laughter soaked into the walls, the conversations won and lost. The china saw it all from behind its safe locked door, and now it only speaks when something shakes the floor, enough to make it tremble and to let a tiny faint and musical reminder of its beauty make complaint.
Oh, the china cabinet's tinkle is a ghost of a sound, a tiny, high and delicate and most ethereal bound of glass on glass, a whisper
is now 2 empty spaces. It is the sound of tradition, holding on by a thread so thin, a beautiful and fragile sound that
comes from deep within.
I have the key now on my ring, and sometimes I unlock the door, and I take down a teacup, and I hold it and explore the weight of it, the curve, the feel of the gilded painted bird. And I say a quiet sorry that it hasn't said a word to a guest in 20 years, and I wonder if I should use it for myself on a Tuesday because I could. But then I put it back and lock the door and let it wait for a day that may not come to celebrate its fate. And so it sits and waits, and sometimes when the house is very still and a heavy truck rumbles past on the road upon the hill, I hear it, just a tiny tink, a shiver, a faint high note, and I hear the ghost of Christmases pass clear in their throats. So here's to locked glass cabinets and the music that they make, the tiny crystal shiver for memory's sake, the chime of dust and light, in the day and in the night. For every celebration you have seen, for every toast you've heard, your tiny glassy tinkle is the most beautiful of words. Silence in the vents all fall, a hollow, empty sigh. Then comes a click, a gentle word, a faint and hopeful cry. From deep within the basement's core, behind the laundry steam, a waking of a giant from a long and summer dream. It starts as just a pilot light, a tiny steady blue. Then gas begins to rush on in, a hungry hissing crew of flames, and then the rumble starts, a deep and low and slow and mighty exhalation that the house begins to know. Means warmth is on its way again through arteries of tin, a promise that the cold outside will not be let within.
That first rumble is a comfort. It's a primal ancient sound that echoes in the floorboards and on the very ground beneath our feet. It is the heart of the house itself, awake and taking on its duty for the family's kindly sake.
It is the sound of Dad down there with his wrench and with his light, checking on the beast he's kept alive through many a night of freezing temperatures. It is the sound of Mother's calm as she hears it start and knows that we will all be safe and warm. I'd lie in bed and listen to it on that first cold night and feel a sense of safety, feel a deep and true delight. That winter could now do its worst with ice and howling gales. Our furnace held the answer, it would never ever fail to rumble into action, to send its heated blood throughout the sleeping household like a rising, warming flood that would touch every room and every chilly waiting toe, and tell the winter it could rage, but it had nowhere to go in here. Oh, the furnace's first rumble is the winter's true beginning, a deep and resonant and steady and a surely winning sound against the silence of the creeping frozen air. It is a domestic dragon, showing that it cares for its horde of sleeping children, for its treasure of a home. It is the sound of never being hungry, cold, alone. It is the heartbeat of the house when the world is cold and deep. A promise it is ready, a promise it will keep. Now I am the one who listens for that click, that whir, that groan. I am the one who feels the responsibility down to the bone, to keep the heart still beating, to feed the fiery maw, to understand the thermostat and the system's ancient law. And when I hear that rumble start on a dark November eve, I feel the generations of the ones who did believe in keeping home fires burning, and I feel my chest expand with a pride and with a duty to this house and to this land. And sometimes in the summer, when the vents are silent still, I almost miss the monster sleeping under the house's hill. I almost miss the rumble that meant all was right and well, the sound of our hearts' fiery and most formidable spell. So here's to basements, gas and ducts, and the music that they make, a deep and mighty rumbling for heaven's sake. A shudder through the floor, forevermore. For every winter you have faced, for every storm you fought. Thank you, furnace, for the warmth and comfort you have wrought. It starts out slow, a gentle turn, a sloshing, watery sound, then builds its speed and rhythm on its solid, steady ground. Of the laundry room floor, it spins a frantic, whirling beat, a galloping, mechanical, and most industrious feat of engineering, throwing water from the fabric, from the thread, from the jeans and from the towels, turning everything ahead into a damp, clean cyclone, a furious, spinning dance that says the wash is nearly done. It's taken its last chance to make it all come right. rises to a higher, urgent whine, a sound of pure centrifuge, a truly solid line between the wet and not so wet. It is the sound of work, almost complete. It is a sound that never wants to shirk its duty. It is the sound of Monday mornings, of the week's fresh start. It is the sound of grass stains and of muddy cheeks being conquered. It is the sound of order from the mess of life. It is the sound of cleanliness and of success against the grime of living. It is a happy, busy sound that echoes in the basement or the closet where it's found. Oh, the washing machine's final spin is a victory song, a high-speed, whirring, frantic, and an energetic, strong anthem for the clean, the fresh, the newly washed and bright. It is the sound of winning a most common daily fight against the dirt, against the sweat, against the mark of time. It is the most satisfying and the most productive rhyme in the household's daily poetry. It is a roaring cheer that says the job is nearly done, the end is very near. I lean against the door frame sometimes just to listen to it spin, to hear the frantic energy, the roaring, happy din. It makes, it is the sound of my own mother's endless care, of small white socks and football shirts, of knowing what to wear would be clean and ready. It is the sound of my own turn to make the family's laundry, to watch the sudsy churn of our life together in the water and the heat, to make our world smell fresh again and tidy and complete. And when its final frantic spin begins to slow and cease, and it gives that last deep thunk that signals its release of duty, and it falls silent, I feel a sense of peace, that something has been accomplished, that the quiet will increase. Now filled with the smell of detergent and of sun and air, a job well done, a quiet, clean, and most domestic prayer. So here's to soap and agitators and the music that they make, a high-speed whirring victory, for goodness sake. A roar of water flung from 1,000 clean, bright rungs for every spin you've given us, for every load you've won. Thank you, washing machine, for all the work that you have done. It's not a sound of sorrow, not a sound of deep despair. It's a heavy, full-body exhalation on the evening air, long and tired, contented, and a rhythm set inside that says the day is over now beneath the darkening sky. It's the
sound of pause now still, of chasing dreams now done. It's the sound of every single daily race that has been run and won. It's the sound of weight settling on the braided rug. It's a sound that gives the night a much needed warm hug.
I know his day by what that sigh contains, a short and happy puff. Mean squirrels were chased and dinner was delicious, and enough was had along and weary. Deep down from the soul, expulsion means the walk was long. The sun was hot and his own age convulsion of pain is in his hips tonight, but still it is a sound of purest, deepest comfort on this well-trodden ground of our bedroom. It is the sound of his unconditional trust that here with us is where he should and will and always must be. At the end of every single solitary day, his sigh is his amen to everything we didn't say.
Oh, the old dog sigh at the foot of the bed is a lullaby, a deep and rumbling, gentle and a soft canine good night. It is the sound of loyalty that has no need for words. It is the most beautiful of sounds ever heard by a human ear. It is the sound of a heart that is at peace. It is the sound that makes the nightly human worrying cease for a moment. It is the sound of a creature who is home and who knows he is beloved and will never more need roam.
He sighed in tiny puppy breaths, and now in old dog's wheezes. He sighed through thunderstorms and through the summer's gentle breezes. He sighed through moves to different houses, through the coming of a child. He's been the one sure constant thing in a world that's often wild and changing, and his sigh has been the metronome that's kept the time of our own lives, a rhythm that has never slept. Through any night of worry, through any pain, through any fear, his sigh has said, I'm here, I'm always gonna be here.
And I know the day will come when I will listen for that sigh, and the only sound will be the silence, and I will break down and cry into the emptiness of it. So now I listen every night and let that simple, loving sound make my own world feel right.
So here's to gray muzzles and the music that they make, a deep and soulful sighing for heaven's sake. An exhalation deep that rocks the world asleep. For every sigh you've given us, for every dream you've kept, thank you, old dog, for the loving silent vigil you have kept. It's not the light itself that sings, it's the old transformer's drone, a low and steady 60 cycle industrial hum alone. Upon the porch inside the fixture, weathered white and cracked, a constant electric vibration that can never be retracted from the evening soundtrack. It is the sound of the light being on, the sound of waiting for someone. From dusk until the dawn, it is the sound of welcome. It is the sound of I'm right here. It is the sound that conquers the advancing nightly fear. And then against the glass, a softer, random, gentle sound, a tiny, fuzzy, frantic tap, tap, tapping all around the light. The moths have come again from the darkness of the trees, drawn by the siren's glow. On the evening's breeze, they beat their dusty wings against the hot and glowing glass, a desperate, soft percussion in the night that comes to pass every single evening. A dance of life and light, a tiny, tragic, beautiful, and most persistent fight. The hum and tap together make the porch's nightly song. The electric and the organic, both of them belong to the summer night. They are the sound of me waiting for a cart around the corner, bringing my teenager from afar back home. They are the sound of my father sitting on the step, smoking his pipe, watching the lightning bugs that add depth at their own cooler, greener light. They are the sound of the door being left open just a crack for just one moment more. Oh, the porch lights hum and the moths tap is a duet of the night, a constant steady drone and a soft and fluttering flight of sound against the glass. It is the sound of being there, it is the sound of hoping and the sound of taking care of those who are not home yet. It is the sound of attraction and of danger and of light and of desperate action taken by a tiny life against an impossible hot wall. It is the sound that says the night is deep and yet not full of darkness, thanks to one small light and its electric song that says come home where you belong. I could install a silent LED, a cool and modern light that wouldn't hum, that wouldn't attract the moths into the night to die upon its surface. But I need that ancient sound, I need to hear the transformers old and steady, humming ground of being. I need to see the moths still make their hopeless brave attempt to touch the thing that will not save them but will kill them. It is the sound of life in all its parts, the constant hum of waiting and the tapping of hopeful hearts. And when I turn the switch off in the morning's early gray, the silence is so sudden and it takes my breath away until the first bird sings. And I know that when the night descends, I'll flip the switch and start the hum and welcome back my friends, the moths, and wait again listen to the duet play. That means another night of hope has started on its way. So here's to buzzing transformers and the music that they make, a low and steady humming, for heaven's sake. Into the moth's soft tap, upon the light's warm lap. For every night you've kept the watch, for every soul you've guided home, your electric fuzzy duet will never ever roam. It doesn't happen with every step, just when the truck goes by, or when the children thunder down the hall, or when a sigh of wind presses the house just right, a tiny crystal sound, a shiver of a vibration through the cabinet profound, and delicate a faintest chime from cups that never pour a tea or coffee anymore behind the locked glass door. The good china sits waiting for a holiday, a guest that may never come, and its eternal silence still rests. That tiny glassy tinkle is the sound of memory. It is the sound of Grandma's hands, so careful and so free, with her love but not with these, her most prized fragile things, her wedding china with the gilded pale blue birds on wings. Upon the rim, it is the sound of Christmas dinners past, of tables stretched with leaves of celebrations meant to last. In the soul, it is the sound of a quieter, gentler time, when things were treated carefully and made to last a lifetime. We were never allowed to touch it. We would press our noses to the glass and see the world reflected, a distorted, shiny mass of our own faces, and behind us the ghosts of parties done, the laughter soaked into the walls, the conversations won and lost. The china saw it all from behind its safe locked door, and now it only speaks when something shakes the floor, enough to make it tremble and to let a tiny faint and musical reminder of its beauty may complain. Oh, the china cabinet's tinkle is a ghost of a sound, a tiny, high and delicate and most ethereal bound of glass on glass, a whisper from a more formal bygone day that says I'm still here waiting in my own impatient way. I remember all the parties, I remember all the faces, I remember all the love that filled these now two empty spaces. It is the sound of tradition holding on by a thread so thin, a beautiful and fragile sound that comes from deep within. sometimes I unlock the door and I take down a teacup and I hold it and explore the weight of it, the curve, the feel of the gilded painted bird. And I say a quiet sorry that it hasn't said a word to a guest in 20 years. And I wonder if I should use it for myself on a Tuesday because I could. But then I put it back and lock the door and let it wait for a day that may not come to celebrate its fate. And so it sits and waits, and sometimes when the house is very still and a heavy truck rumbles past on the road upon the hill, I hear it just a tiny tinkle shiver, a faint high note, and I hear the ghosts of Christmases pass clear in their throats. So here's to lock glass cabinets and the music that they make, a tiny crystal shiver for memory's sake. A chime of dust and light, in the day and in the night, for every celebration you have seen, for every toast you've heard. Your tiny glassy tinkle is the most beautiful of words. A silence in the vents all fall, a hollow empty sigh. Then comes a click, a gentle whir, a faint and hopeful cry.
From deep within the basement's core, behind the laundry steam, a waking of a giant from a long and summer dream.
It starts as just a pilot light, a tiny steady blue. Then gas begins to rush on in, a hungry hissing crew
of flames, and then the rumble starts, deep and low and slow, in mighty exhalation that the house begins to know.
Means warmth is on its way again through arteries of tin, a promise that the cold outside will not be let within. That first rumble is a comfort, it's a primal ancient sound that echoes in the floorboards and on the very ground beneath our feet. It is the heart of the house itself awake and taking on its duty for the family's kindly sake. It is the sound of Dad down there with his wrench and with his light, checking on the beast he's kept alive through many a night of freezing temperatures. It is the sound of Mother's calm as she hears it start and knows that we will all be safe and warm. I'd lie in bed and listen to it on that first cold night and feel a sense of safety, feel a deep and true delight.
That winter could now do its worst with ice and howling gales. Our furnace held the answer, it would never ever fail
to rumble into action, to send its heated blood throughout the sleeping household like a rising, warming flood
that would touch touch every room and every chilly waiting toe, until the winter it could rage, but it had nowhere to go in here.
Oh, the furnace's first rumble is the winter's true beginning, a deep and resonant and steady and a surely winning sound against the silence of the creeping frozen air. It is a domestic dragon, showing that it cares for its horde of sleeping children, for its treasure of a home. It is the sound of never being hungry, cold, alone. It is the heartbeat of the house when the world is cold and deep. A promise it is ready, a promise it will keep. Now I am the one who listens for that click, that word, that groan. I am the one who feels the responsibility down to the bone, to keep the heart still beating, to feed the fiery maw, to understand the thermostat and the system's ancient law.
And when I hear that rumble start on a dark November eve, I feel the generations of the ones who did believe
in keeping home fires burning, and I feel my chest expand with a pride and with a duty to this house and to this land.
And sometimes in the summer, when the vents are silent still, I almost miss the monsters sleeping under the house's hill.
I almost miss the rumble that meant all was right and well, the sound of our hearts' fiery and most formidable spell.
So here's to basements, gas and ducks, and the music that they make,
a deep and mighty rumbling, for heaven's sake.
A shudder through the floor,
forevermore.
for every winter you have faced,
For every storm you fought.
thank you, furnace, for the warmth and comfort you have brought.
It starts out slow, a gentle turn, a sloshing, watery sound, then builds its speed and rhythm on its solid, steady ground. Of the laundry room floor, it spins a frantic, whirling beat, a galloping, mechanical, and most industrious feat of engineering, throwing water from the fabric, from the thread, from the jeans and from the towels, turning everything ahead into a damn clean cyclone, a furious spinning dance that says the wash is nearly done. It's taking its last chance to make it all come right.
And then it changes tone, it rises to a higher, urgent whine, a sound of pure centrifuge, a truly solid line between the wet and not so wet. It is the sound of work, almost complete. It is a sound that never wants to
Monday mornings of the weeks. Fresh start, it is the sound of grass stains and of muddy cheeks. Being conquered, it is the sound of order from the mess of life. It is the sound of cleanliness and of success against the grime of living. It is a happy, busy sound that echoes in the basement or the closet where it's found. Oh, the washing machine's final spin is a victory song, a high-speed whirring frantic and an energetic strong anthem for the clean, the fresh, the newly washed and bright. It is the sound of winning a most common daily fight against the dirt, against the sweat, against the mark of time. It is the most satisfying and the most productive rhyme in the household's daily poetry. It is a roaring cheer that says the job is nearly done, the end is very near. I lean against the door frame sometimes just to listen to it spin, to hear the frantic energy, the roaring happy din. It makes it is the sound of my own mother's endless care, of small white socks and football shirts, of knowing what to wear would be clean and ready. It is the sound of my own turn to make the family's laundry, to watch the sudsy churn of our life together in the water and the heat, to make our world smell fresh again and tidy and complete. And when its final frantic spin begins to slow and cease, and it gives that last deep thud that signals its release of duty, and it falls silent, I feel a sense of peace, that something has been accomplished, that the quiet will increase. Now filled with the smell of detergent and of sun and air, a job well done, a quiet, clean, and most domestic prayer. So here's to soap and agitators and the music that they make, a high-speed whirring victory for goodness sake. A roar of water flung from 1,000 clean, bright rungs. For every spin you've given us, for every load you've won. Thank you, washing machine, for all the work that you have